Okay, I've got to kick off today's review with an apology, actually. Because today's game, Trombone Champ, came out the other day, and as all of the press reviews started rolling in, I thought, I haven't been sent a key for this. This is a little weird, since I actually know the devs behind this game. But, you know, whatever, maybe they missed me. So I got in touch with our good friend of the channel, Miles Dyer, who works for Unflattened, and asked if I could be hooked up with a key. I was then informed by him that they can send a key over, but they'd already sent one. And I thought, I don't remember seeing that. So there I went, trudging through my junk drawers in my email to find that key was sat there all along for the past week or so. So the fact that I'm late to give you these impressions of the game is completely on me. And I've got to say sorry to them and thank you to them for providing me with a key this whole time, and to also say Trombone Champ is really, really good. And based on the fact that I had no interest in the flat screen game before jumping into this, I did not think I'd be giving this that high praise. Before we jump in and talk about it further though, only 25% you are subscribed, of course, so if you feel like subscribing for PSVR2 and VR related content, feel free to do so. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members as well. Without them, none of this would be possible. Anyway, let's get into it. So there I was, suddenly with a key for this game at midnight last night. And I thought, well, I'll just jump on and play a few levels tonight and continue tomorrow morning. An hour and a half later, it was 1:30, and I'd been stood there for that long, mimicking playing a trombone, looking like an idiot in the middle of my room. And that should tell you all you need to know about how addictive and fun Trombone Champ actually is as a VR game. It feels like you're actually playing the instrument. The songs are just long enough that your arms don't fall off while you're playing them. The upgrade cycle to get new trombones and to gain currency and high score is really addictive, and the level of polish is extremely high. From what I can tell, this VR port is exactly the same as the flat screen game. In terms of raw gameplay at least. You play songs on a trombone, you try and match the notes. If you get it wrong, you get less score and the crowd isn't happy with you. If you get it right, you get more score and the crowd is more happy with you. Except in the flat screen game, your main view is of your character playing the trombone, but here you're in first person. So what the flat to VR devs have done is model an entire auditorium full of people that actually react to your playing. So when you mess up a song really, really badly, like I did many times, you get to see the result of your work as they all look distastefully at you. Of course, the trombones are all fully modeled as well, leading to it actually being a meaningful experience when you unlock new ones, because not only do they look different and sometimes have different sounds, you actually get to hold them in your hands.
Sorry. Oh, fucking hell, man.
Even the shop where you trade in money to receive cards, which you then trade in again to unlock new trombones, is fully modeled and could have easily just been a menu, but it's not. It's actually a physical thing that you can see in front of you. And that's essentially the level of polish and attention to detail that Flat to VR have given this entire game. The same can be said for the visual side of things as well. The visuals here are incredibly sharp. You might say that the visual style is fairly simple, so you'd expect it to be sharp, but I've seen plenty of PSVR2 games come and go that have less going on in them visually than this and look much, much worse. The refresh rate is native as well, meaning your trombone playing is silky smooth, and overall the presentation is simply fantastic. The use of PSVR2 features in this port as well is great. Capacitive triggers did go off a couple of times, haptics in the controllers go off every time you play the trombone, and the haptics in the headset go off when you start to run out of breath, which is such a cool detail. In terms of gameplay, Flat to VR have essentially converted the flat screen game directly to what playing a trombone actually feels like. This means you use both hands to hold the trombone and essentially pump it back and forth to align with the notes coming at you. It's a classic rhythm game, but with a bit of a twist because you're actually holding the instrument this time. This gameplay can get really, really intense and is addictive as hell. You'll have, I believe, around 50 song choices throughout the game, with multiple difficulty levels and different modifiers you can put on and different challenges to undertake as you do each one. Like attempting to get a certain number of perfect notes, which I obviously haven't hit many times. The game is also quite hard. I've got on my notes here written down, right arm dead, which probably tells you everything you need to know. That was at the end of my hour and a half session at midnight, and this morning I also continued that with another hour and 15 minutes, so I have played almost 3 hours of the game. So even though I haven't completed all the content it has to offer, I have a fairly decent grasp on the game's mechanics and how it actually feels to play, and, well, yeah, it feels very, very good. Overall, it's really hard to know whether you'll like Trombone Champ before you try it, but I'm here advocating for it because I simply didn't think I would like it. But moments after putting the headset on and playing it for the first time, I was sold, and now I really do love it. I thought it was an odd choice for this game to be the one that Flat VR comes out first with on PSVR2 and other platforms respectively, but they really have come out swinging. The statement they've made is that if we can make Trombone Champ such a good game in VR, which they have done, imagine what else they could do with other licenses and IPs and games they could get their hands on to convert into virtual reality. My hype level for RoboQuest and Flat Out is now incredibly high, and I've got to say a massive well done to them, because I am absolutely loving this game so far. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I know some people bought this game just out of respect for the devs and to support them, which is really awesome. If it doesn't seem like your thing though, I completely understand, but I would say if you're at least tempted at all, give it a go, because it is fantastic once you're in the headset. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members who bring this content straight to you. If you want to join the Patreon or YouTube membership, all those links are down below, of course. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll see you all in the next one.